Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and today we're going to be going over the number one mistake that we see when we're doing breakdowns of quarterbacks that's really having a big impact on their release, and more importantly, the release time that it takes for them to get the ball out of their hands. As you guys know, we're doing breakdowns all the time, and so I just say that this thing is the thing that I say the most often when doing breakdowns, especially when it's somebody that with their first time sending in a video to me. So I wanted to be able to give that information to you, hopefully make it so you can impact your release and make it so it's a little bit faster. As always, if you like the information in the video, go ahead and click the thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any recommendations or comments for us, you can go ahead and leave those down below in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and hop in the video right now. All right, so these throws are just a few minutes apart from each other. On the right, I'm really trying to do what is like the ineffective way of being able to throw the ball. And here on the left is, more of my natural release. I will say that, with my overall release, I still have about 1/10 of a second that I need to be able to get off of it in order for me to be into like the elite Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino type of release time. But I still think that it's a lot more effective, and it's faster than a lot of the novice quarterbacks, right? So it's definitely been able to be optimized, and the big thing has to just do with the load, right? So when I'm first going back here, you can see the tracking of my elbow and my shoulder there in comparison to on this one where, you can see where my elbow and my shoulder go back here. Now you can see also my front arm, I am able to get a little bit more hip and shoulder disassociation because I bring my front arm back like that. And we see a lot of quarterbacks that are able to do that, but they don't really bring their elbow back like that. So when you do this, what ends up happening is that now when you lift up, you can see how far back my overall momentum goes, right? So this really makes it so my body's falling back. And then it just makes it so the ball is a lot easier stuck behind my head. So you can see here, as I'm initiating my weight to come forward, how most of my weight is going this way right now in comparison to this one where we see a lot of overextension in the back. And again, most of the momentum's going over to the side instead of it going forward. So it kind of impacts your ability of being able to push off that back leg and getting the right amount of movement within that back leg. So, now we'll see the full rotation. You can see that, there's a little bit of time where the ball's bent back behind my head as I'm coming through, right in here. But you can also notice as I go through this one where, the angle's just not as deep. So you can see that here I have not very much space there, where here I have a little bit more space. So, the overall external rotation is actually going to be greater on this side, which you want. You want to have a good stretch on the shoulder, where this one, I'm really not getting external rotation in my shoulder. I'm actually getting extension within my spine. So I'm not really loading my shoulder. I'm instead just loading the muscles in my lower back, which is why, if any of you guys have any issues with lower back tightness, especially if you're throwing deeper balls, it's just because you're doing this with your load and allowing your back to take over as you're coming through. And then it also makes it so as you release, you're going to end up leaning over to the side a little bit more when you actually go through the release as well. So you can see here, these are pretty much the same time, and you can just see like the angles of my body where I'm a little bit more outside here on the right side in comparison to the left side if you kind of draw a straight line straight down there. And that just is, again, it's a product of when you first initiate that load, really bringing that elbow back so far instead of keeping everything in, one straight movement pattern. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like this 90-90 position where I am with the ball and everything, but you just don't want to end up bringing that ball and elbow back like that, just because that really makes it so it becomes a lot more difficult for you to have an effective release, right? My release time is a lot more on this side, on the right side, than it is on the left side, and it also makes it so my overall momentum doesn't go towards the target, right? On this one, my weight's going towards the target, where on this one, I end up going off to the side. So two main reasons why this ends up being, ineffective way to throw in the football. And, the number one thing that I see that quarterbacks do that are making it so that it's just really having a negative impact on their ability to get the ball out of their hands quickly, and is also making it so they're not throwing with as much overall power. All right, as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments down below. If you want to check out some of the stuff that we have a cool deal going on with our breakdowns right now. We have a cool deal going on with our 3-month program. We also have a bunch of free different trials that you could try out if you want to give our company a try. As always, though, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.